Hey everybody, Dylan here from Iceberg TV. Today we'll be checking out the Isaac Robinson Grand Orbit Team Series Sweep. This is a 9.6, 0.5 turn with a 2 fade control driver coming in that 9-speed slot that Isaac Robinson has been really liking ever since he joined Latitude 64. It's actually a mold. I was bagging an orange prototype one for a really long time. I eventually lost it, which I was really disappointed about. I remember the blue prototypes being a bit more stable than the orange prototypes. So we're going to compare it to the Saint Pro, which I think, at least to me, seems like a mold that would fly pretty similarly. We're also going to compare it to a Discmania PD, which I think flight characteristic-wise is probably what Latitude was going for. Make something that flies like the PD, like that pro-level control driver that Isaac can really lean into time and time again. And then I also wanted to compare it to a disc that is discontinued, but I think if they were to bring it back with Isaac's name on it, it's not only something he would love to throw, but also something that would absolutely crush for Latitude from a sales perspective. And that's the Latitude 64 Zion. This is an overmold 10-speed stable fairway driver slash distance driver that I think would suit Isaac Robinson's game really well. It's just something 10-speed, nice and stable, something he can really rip on with consistency and stability and that reliability that the pros are looking for. So let's throw some of the alternative discs, then we'll throw the prototype sweep. Yeah, and then we'll see how it compares to the brand new Isaac Robinson one. We'll throw the Saint Pro here first. This is a mold Kristen is more known for throwing, but I do think for me it's gonna fly similar to the sweep. But let's find out. Nice straight flight with a little fade back to the left. I feel like the Saint Pro is something that a lot of people should probably check out, but haven't really checked out in the past. Now let's try this Discmania PD. This is like a Year of Victory 2024 run. Nice, stable, flexy control driver. No wonder Gannon likes the PD so much. Loving those flex shots. Now we've got the Zion here. Now my Zion has a bit of a chunk taken out of it. I don't think it affects the flight that much, but this is the Zion. Flying very similar to that PD, but potentially being a little bit faster, flying a little bit longer. But I'm not sure of the legal implications of Latitude 64 producing overmolded discs. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Royal Sweep prototype. I haven't thrown this since I unboxed the Royal box. This one's been sitting on the shelf for like at least 6 months now. Oh, wow. Holding that turn a lot longer than I was expecting. This has a very similar side profile to the prototype. They are basically exactly the same. We just have this in the Orbit plastic versus the Royal plastic. But in hand, to me, they feel the same. Nice glide, nice stability. Saint Pro, this is the Year of Victory Glow PD. Again, a very similar disc to the sweep in my opinion, feel-wise at least. Oh, it does not clip the trees. Just an incredible flyer. The overmold feels amazing. Top tier overmold from Latitude 64. Prototype sweep. Needs no introduction. Wow, and a slight bit of hyzer, not giving us any flip. Very glidey. That 6 glide seems to hold true in comparison to the other discs. But let's see how the Orbit one flies. We're going to try a little bit flatter here. That was a bit hyzery for my liking. Oh, wow. Okay, flipping up in the mid-flight and holding a very straight line, a lot straighter than basically all the other discs we compared it to. So pretty nice spread here. We got the sweep here, the Saint Pro, the Zion, and the PD here, and then the other sweep is just over there. Everything going about the same distance, but having a really nice cluster here. So everything flying relatively similar, but let's throw everything again. If you want to check out these discs or any other discs, discgolfdealsusa.com/icebergtv to save 10%, free shipping on orders over $50. St. Pro. Amazing flyer. Love the St. Pro. Look at the glide on that thing. Love it. Discmania PD. Also, love it. Much more stable than the St. Pro, but getting similar amounts of distance. Very impressed with the distance that you can get out of a PD, even though they are very stable / overstable. Zion. Again, nice and stable. We've got a slight tailwind, helping them stable out to the left a little bit. Royal prototype sweep from the Royal box. Wow, that one really doesn't want to flip that much, and it went really far. Wow. Kind of thinking this new run might be more understable than the first run, which is a very common theme in disc golf. Flying pretty straight, honestly, maybe even a little straighter than a neg 0.5 turn. It might even be a full 1 turn in my opinion. All right, for you Latitude 64 fans out there, let's show you guys the side profile, the St. Pro versus the sweep. St. Pro seemed to have a nice flip up in the mid-flight. St. Pro being a touch more blunt than the sweep, but overall just having very similar side profile characteristics, very similar on the undermold, maybe a slight bit more concave here, and then the St. Pro's a little more blunt. So I don't know, they seem pretty similar in my book. Let's give everything one last flight test. Let's try and encourage a little bit more turn here. So I'm gonna try and get some left to right movement, which is a shot shape that I desperately need to continue to work on. So let's see what we can do here. I was actually really happy with the way that came out of my hand. PD. You know, I hit the tree there, but I could see the PD wanted to pick up out of that way faster than the St. Pro. Let's try and hang this a little bit more to the left here. I'll try and walk up a little bit more in that direction. There it is. Zion has some really impressive stability. I really would love to see Latitude bring back their overmold line. The Fuji, the Zion, the Bryce, the Seric, and the Fuji, they're all good. Super underrated, discontinued molds. All right, this is the sweet prototype. Having plenty of stability to actually pick up and push forward at the end. I'm not convinced that this one has that same stability. Let's try and give it a little more height. I'm not throwing them high enough. Oh, there it is. Okay, it does have the stability to push out at the end. I just cut all the way through the trees. That was pretty lucky. All right, we'll give one last set of throws here. We're going to forehand everything. I'm still working on getting my forehand fully back to where you guys know it's been in the past, but we'll throw the St. Pro first. We're just gonna try and go nice and flat here and see what happens. Oof. That was kind of cool. PD, plenty of stability to throw on forehands. Not quite getting the distance I used to get on my forehand, but I guarantee you guys, I will throw max distance forehands again one day now that my shoulder is finally feeling 90% better. Prototype sweep. Wow, way less turn than I thought it was gonna get on a flat line. Wow, okay. Now we have the Isaac Robinson on a forehand. There's a small bit of irony to that. But if Isaac's not gonna forehand it, then that means I need to. Okay. My stability concerns early on were completely unjustified. That thing is plenty stable for backhand and for forehand. The Zion being a little flatter feels more comfortable for forehand, at least for me. So let's throw one Zion. Whoa! Zion getting that turn that I've been looking for out of the sweep. So if you guys are looking for that PD, Discraft Onyx, Thunderbird type slot within the Latitude 64 lineup, I think the sweep is going to be really great for most people. My orange prototype sweep was also max weight, just like those ones are, and it was way more understable. From day one, my blue sweeps have been the most stable. I'm not sure how the other colors of the Isaac Robinson will fly, but what I can say is the blue one seemed to be just as stable as the blue prototype. And the blue prototype, if you go watch my Royal Box unboxing review, I had an orange and a blue, and the orange had way more turn in the mid-flight than the blue. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Stay humble, live with gratitude. I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and take care.